Yeah, no, it's like negative butt. It's like my butt caves in. I used to have a big, fat, like 450-pound squat butt.
I think you're really overselling your ass, like what it was before.
Huh?
I think you're overselling it. Like
I don't.
Some rump?
Nah, dude. Like
no, like just sitting down does not push your ass in. Like, dude.
What are you talking
No,
about?
but when you stop doing,
do you
like,
mean I'm
squats
underselling?
and glute workouts?
Like you're overselling how big your butt was.
No. It's just like I've lost like leg muscles.
Yeah, because you're not in the gym for 3 hours a day.
Yeah, of
but
course.
that's the result of like playing games. versus
I'm not knocking myself. It's what happens when you don't think high school football is the most important thing in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I'm not like dissing myself or hard on myself. It's just like
you shouldn't be.
You lose. I'm not. It's
like,
not a big deal.
Like my mom is almost 70, and she's like, I'm not 115 pounds anymore.
Your mom's in great shape
I
for an
know.
older lady. She
I
looks
know,
gorgeous.
exactly. She looks outstanding, but she's like, I'm not 25.
Yeah. Like, your mom looks great. Like, you should just be like, hey, my Koner's mom is disproportionately small in her legs, and she's bedridden, and she's way younger than you.
He's like, you can't do that stuff with my mom.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't do that with any older person.
My parents are so conservative, so red, so like that they have in their front window, I'm not kidding, they have a picture of Donald Trump looking out to the neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
is he doing this?
That's horrifying.
I would do that for like Halloween.
He just and then when you walk in their house, when they went out and bought like a cardboard cutout of them, right?
Oh my God.
And or they mailed it on Amazon or something. God. So like they took Christmas pictures with Donald Trump. It's really fucking weird.
Did you see the most recent episode of South Park?
No.
They do a parody of It, but instead of like the clown, it's just Trump asking kids about his approval ratings for like their president.
It's so like we don't do politics here, and there's a reason why we don't do politics here. But like I'll tell you this, it is one of those things where it's worrisome how much they are like like and you can say whatever you want, and then as soon as you can be like, yeah, I really like the green grapes more than the red grapes, and they're like, well, that's because the Democrats say that the red grapes are, whatever. Like it's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, you're the issue with everybody. Got it. Sounds good. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I don't know. That's weird. Like my mom's the same way.
It is. It's really fun.
John was out visiting. This isn't very political. It's just funny. But I was showing John the land when we went out for the Jamboree last year, and my mom was like, I think this is a generational thing, I really do. But my mom was just like, I don't know why we just don't nuke the entire Middle East. And I was like, she was like, we can kill all the bad guys over there, ISIS, Al Qaeda, and it's just like, but there's
actually good people there.
Like those bombs that hit Japan, those were like the test bombs that killed like 100,000 people. Like now they're really good bombs.
They're like 100 times that. So,
anyways, hey everybody, welcome out to Triard number 61. 61 this week as we are making our way to one short of 70.
Imagine that.
69.
All right. Oh, I can't wait for the 69.
It's going to be great.
We should all...
We're all just naked.
We should all scissor each other.
Not 69.
Not 69, apparently.
No, because it's ironic.
This episode is 100% Star Wars free. You will not hear us speak about Star Wars after this moment, right?
Yeah, Parker.
Right, Parker?
Fine.
Parker's like, it's the only thing I have to talk about this week.
I did, yeah.
Well, you'll talk about it next week. After
last night, I'm going to see it tomorrow.
I'm sure everybody. Here's the thing. Everyone's seeing it right now. There's people seeing it this weekend that are excited about it.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
Well, no, I know, but there are things that you say, even without trying to spoil it, will spoil it for somebody.
Or raise expectations for one thing or another.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so we want to keep that totally. Like, I'm not going to see it. I know you guys are seeing it Sunday. I'll do my. I'm not going to say I'll do my best. I'll attempt to make an effort, possibly, maybe, to go see Star Wars this week because I really don't give a shit.
Did you see the last one?
But you haven't seen the.
Okay.
Oh, you saw the 7th one?
I saw 7.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I will attempt to possibly maybe think about it. Yeah. Right. And maybe we'll do that for next week. When
there's a dad answer.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
No, but the thing is, like, dads love Star Wars. At least, like, my dad and all his friends love Star Wars. Like,
yeah, dads love Star Wars.
And that is where we're stopping Star Wars conversation.
Speaking of dads.
Real quick, this episode is brought to you by Bespoke, Bombas, and Capterra. We'll be talking about each of those fine companies shortly. So.
Do we also have a Brawny sponsor?
No Brawny. I was going more. I think I actually wore this last week on Try Hard. Did I wear this? Or
no, you wore it on Death Days last week.
Okay, yeah. I had to look nice this morning because we went to go watch Madeline's like super kindergarten, like preschool Christmas thing. Bolin went to it.
Yeah, I
was
went
great.
to it. It was at
Oh,
10.
cute.
Uncle Bolin.
It was so nice. Like, it was funny because I wanted to go because I just wanted to show Maddie support. I support creators. How old is Maddie?
3.
3. Matt. So Craig has 2 daughters. One of them is 5, 6.
One's 5, one's 3.
And she's like the sweetest angel ever. Like, just like so pure. And then Maddie, the younger one, like every time she laughs, she kind of does this like, like she's like, I'll go over there and she'll be like.
Maniacal.
But like, I think she likes me a lot because like I give them high fives and stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, high fives." But like, after it was over, Craig, that was so like nice of you. When it was over, his daughter was walking off stage. She was dressed like an angel, like giving the word about like Jesus' birth,
and stuff, yeah.
And he didn't go, Maddie, hi. He goes, Maddie, look, like at me, and Maddie like looked at me and she goes. Like she was embarrassed to see me,
Right.
but then she was like kind of excited that I saw the whole thing. But like,
That's cute.
it was so fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was really fun. So that's why I dressed like this today. I had to look nice. I had to wear my collared shirt. I think I mentioned this last week. I told Kristen that what I want for Christmas is a new wardrobe. So I want to go out and get some shirts with collars and stuff and look decent. I want to look
Be careful.
just about a tenth of what John looks like on a day-to-day basis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got some new pants too.
No, I don't want to go that far. I'm fine with jeans.
I'm just saying.
One of my resolutions is to wear clothes to work instead of pajamas to work.
Yeah, we wore pajamas quite frequently.
Yeah.
So real quick, a few things I want to get out of the way. We have the 11 Days of Game Attack happening right now, which is very big for us. We want to make sure we get the word out about that. So if you're watching our videos, we have 3 requests. Number 1, watch them to their entirety. Number 2, give them a thumbs up. I guess technically 4. Number 3 is comment on the video, saying something you liked or disliked about it. And number 4 is share it with your friends. Any video we release, that's super important. You'd be surprised how those 4 little steps are so massive to growing a channel. So we have the 11 Days of Game Attack going on. And today is also, tonight, if you're watching on Saturday, is Mario Party Season 2 Episode 2.
Cheers.
So it's going to be good. So Sam will be up and John will be in and on
I'm
Team
excited
Yoshi.
for tonight as people who are watching.
Yeah, this is pre-recorded, obviously.
Yeah.
We record on Fridays. So, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about this week?
I had a new topic come to mind.
Fire
We
away.
were talking about Sean mentioned how he supports young creators. It made me realize
Really bizarre to put it like that.
it is. I know,
Yeah.
but
Young
because of the
creator.
way he's phrased it, it reminded me. It's a bit of a semantic topic, not Semitic, semantic.
Okay.
But I was
anti-Semitic?
thinking a while ago about how, like, at some point, YouTube started calling their creators influencers. And when I first noted it, I was just like, okay, whatever. But then it kind of dawned on me, and it was brought up again just now. Like, how corporate and shitty of his name is that? They're not creators. They're there to influence a market.
Well, here's why. There's a reason why they started changing that, and that's because it started going outside of YouTube. It became Vine and Twitter and Instagram, and it was outside of YouTube. So then I don't think YouTube started calling them that. I think it was just like it was the MCNs, it was the full screens and the Polarises.
No,
and,
of course,
and,
yeah.
And those companies coming in and going, yeah, so we have all these people we need to represent. They're not just YouTubers. They're not creators. They're influencers. And I think that carries more weight with advertisers as well.
That's
course,
why
yeah.
I think it's so corporate and kind of
It is.
shitty.
It's super shallow.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, okay, they're no longer creators, even though they're creating content. They're actively creating, whether it's creative or
No, they're
like,
influencing an
blog.
audience.
Yeah.
But they're in. What are they influencing them with?
Their audience with their persuasion.
No, I know.
Hey,
I know.
hey, who does Chelsea watch? The makeup people. There's probably 1 or 2 people, probably a handful of people.
Yeah, I mean, she's constantly discovering new people, but like, I don't know. But yeah, they call themselves influencers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's just funny because like not everyone is going to be doing a makeup blog or something that's centered around a product. Yet they're still called influencers because they're prime
for
real estate
for
to
sure.
Money
be a
farms.
vessel for
Like that's like
promoting some kind of product.
That'd make
Yeah.
me nervous.
So-
I'm perfectly happy making a video, but don't trust my judgment.
Hey, I just want to let you know once again, this episode is sponsored by 3 sponsors: Bespoke, Bombas, and Capterra. Hey, we'll continue the show now. I'm sorry.
we're making
No,
and they-
I just think it's interesting because like it's one thing to have an ad read, that's fine, where it's very transparent, But when you kind of, you know,
Behind the wall.
brand people
Just the
as
word
you're not-
influencer.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not a creator anymore. You're there to influence the audience.
It's pretty daunting.
It's totally semantic, but it's still frustrating to me because I think about words all the time.
Well,
So it's like,
if you ever get to the point where someone goes, "Hey, there's John Francis motherfucking Ricola,
Yeah.
that goddamn influencer," you'd be like, "No, you son of a bitch!" I would love the first person you see that calls you an influencer, slap him.
Slap him in the face.
Don't
Assault.
you ever.
I'm a creator, goddammit.
Straight assault. No one's gonna fuck with you after that.
I'm a goddamn artist.
Just assault. It's
I'm an
crazy.
artist, not an influencer.
I love it. Yeah, that's.
man.
I don't remember the first time I think the first time I remember hearing that was actually with full screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's definitely
same here.
Yeah,
And like after that, I started noticing it outside of,
mm-hmm.
you know,
Our
the
company.
full screen
Yeah.
realm.
It's
but
so funny because I remember it was before we were acquired by Full Screen, several years before we were acquired by Full Screen, and we started using, we were trying to grow Screw Attack, and we started with there were several words that I started using on a regular basis, that are you hear all the time now, It, just as far as. I don't even remember what they were, but they're so like ingrained into online creator thing. I'm not saying
Like
I
new
started
buzzwords.
Yeah, they're just like there's buzzwords that are used every day.
Yeah,
And I started using them at Screw Attack for a while, and you know it's not because I created them; it's because I heard them and I'm like that makes sense. You know, we should you know. So I started using them whenever we have like our weekly meetings or whatever. I remember somebody who left the company posted on their Instagrams like, "I never want to hear these words, blam, 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 again," you know?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where like they said that while they were working with us, and then they left, and it was like, that's like all the words they use now are those words, you know, that were
they
thrown out
succumb
there.
to their own.
Yeah, exactly. So it was pretty funny. It's when the shoe's on the other foot. It's like, oh, it's
It's like
great.
the story of Oedipus Rex. You know, he tries to go out of his way to avoid his fate, yet his actions bring him there in the first place.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works out.
Yeah.
Parker, I like your
Majura, is
your
it?
sheer not give a shit today with your outfit.
Dude, it's always like that.
I know, but you
I
but
need something
you look
that
extra not give a
covers
shit
me.
today.
I need something that covers me, and that's it.
You know,
The
you can
pants-
just go buy like a canvas bag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
the-
I've been in not give a shit mode for like 4 months.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
my
but
appearance.
dude,
That
like,
and
you
it's-
have 2 layers on, like
It's finals week, man. I'm done. Like my brain's fried. I just finished finals. I don't care as long as I'm here. As long as I meet my minimum
with the boys.
responsibilities, I'm fucking solid.
minimum responsibility.
Yeah.
I will do what I need to do, then I'll leave.
See,
And I'll go watch Star Wars.
Again,
that-
yeah.
this is what's magic about the cardigan. Like, it is such a lazy piece of shit garment that looks like I'm trying really hard.
Like, see, I don't like layers, anyways. I
love layers.
I wear a tank top and shorts, and that's about it.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I'm with,
Unless I'm going in for like a job interview or a specific case where I need to wear
You
clothes.
have to put on a mask.
But like, I've turned down jobs before because I'd have to wear a suit.
I broke up with a girlfriend.
Stupid. Like,
I broke up with a long-term girlfriend of 3 years
'Cause she wanted you to
because she
change
wanted me to
clothes.
wear a suit. Yeah.
What do you mean wear a suit? Like,
Like
to
in the
especially
metaphorical sense,
like
of,
to bed?
get a job. bag?
It metaphorical and literal. Yeah, like she.
was it like one occasion where she was like wear a suit and you were like no.
Oh no. This was a constant grinding for about 2 years.
Oh god.
Okay, that's totally fair.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
This was rough. Yeah, it was a long distance relationship I had with a girl who I thought I was gonna marry her. I did, and until she started pressing it, she really started pressing the idea of
suit.
like, it was real early on. I was making videos. What are you doing? How's this gonna be a business? How's it? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, very Indiana Jones. We'll figure it out. You know, and
Never tell me the odds.
and she was like, well, listen, I think you should do this. I think you should do this. Blah blah blah. You're really smart. You should do this. Blah blah blah. And it was like, yeah, and then came back. You know, maybe it's one of those things where we didn't see each other every day because she lived 300 miles away.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we saw each other every couple of weeks. So when every couple of weeks I hear this.
And you wouldn't be wearing a suit.
No, but she's always like, whenever I would wear
What's the
shirts,
plan? What's the plan?
I would wear collared shirts a lot
Okay.
more. Like I actually, when I clean up, I clean up pretty okay.
Sure.
And I'm like Jack, who cleans up like a pretty penny or whatever on the
Jack-
Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah. You shine up like a new penny.
Yeah, there you go. And so I wore a lot more collared shirts and different pants and not just jeans. And she was always like, "You look so nice in those." I can't, blah blah blah. And she'd say things about getting regular jobs, and I was,
Yeah.
So eventually, it was like, "Nope." That was the worst. That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. While also being one of the easiest things I ever had to do was I broke up with her. Being a long distance thing, I was like, "Look, we got to break up." And this was.
Did you say it like that?
In so many words, right? So hey, this isn't working out. Whatever, blah blah blah. And this is over the phone because we're long distance,
You're
right?
not going to drive. You're not going to put in the gas money to be like, well, see you later.
Really? Because she says, I don't accept that.
Oh.
You need to come up here and say it to my face. So I booked a flight to go up there. I booked a flight on Southwest Airlines.
And then you got it on, didn't you?
Was this
No.
pre-9/11 tickets? Like, were they cheap?
No, this
or,
is
like, were you
after
still-
9/11.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is after 9/11. But no, the tickets were, it was Southwest. Southwest had like
Okay.
$79 flights, I think. So it wasn't that
Okay,
bad.
so you go up there.
So I go up there and she put it on. She put on the full court press of like, look, I don't understand why you're doing this, blah 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 blah. And,
Chase, are we recording? Double check.
He paused.
And
a little bit.
I was-
wasn't sure.
I was like fucking heartless.
Really?
Like, I was cold.
You
as
had
ice.
to. I guess
Yeah.
you had
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
You
at
know?
that point.
And I didn't want to stay at a hotel. I didn't want I didn't want to pay extra money to stay at a hotel.
Yeah.
So I stayed at her place and
Afterwards?
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And it was like one of those things where like, and she put it on hard. Like she tried.
Like,
And,
what does try mean? Can you tell me about this stuff? Is that okay?
Is
this stuff you can't say on camera?
She did what a woman who would be trying to keep a man around would try to do.
I got you.
Right? She attempted that.
Okay.
And
Like a press, like full court press.
that's what I said, like straight up.
Press.
Mhm.
Not like the emotional suite of like, how could you do this?
No, it was both.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I got the emotional and physical
At the
press.
same
Sounds
time.
like a wild ride.
Like to
Yeah,
the point.
sounds like, 'cause it
To
could've
point,
been wild ride.
I remember literally like she came in for a hug and I literally pushed her away. Like I was like,
Like
I was
Happy
like,
Gilmore, where are you gonna do? Ah!
But no, I commend you for that. That's responsible. I mean, like,
Well,
you're there to break up with her.
yeah.
So like,
did it.
it's good for in the long run for her to be able to look back like, all right, well, at least it wasn't just trying to get one last thing.
Well, the thing about it is that she's still not married.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
like she thought I was the one. That's the thing. She was like, okay, I'm going to marry you. And,
Maybe
love
she
with the
still is.
idea.
well, there was a
And you'll
time.
find
Hold
each
it
other
up.
again.
Yeah.
I just left it in 40
Sorry,
years.
honey.
Sorry,
Sorry, kids.
Maddie.
Sorry,
Maddie's like,
Bolin. I'm out of here.
Like, no, Craig.
You go wear a suit and work for a corporate
That's right.
job.
I'm going to go work for a bank.
Hey, Chelsea works for a bank.
But it's like she's not a creator.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine? Could you imagine me working for a bank?
I couldn't imagine you working for anybody.
Exactly.
It's like-
Exactly. It sucks. So that's like the best compliment you can give me. I love it.
I know
That's
it
the
is.
best
That's why I said it.
But yeah, like that was so hard to do, and doing that, I mean, there was legitimately a point for probably 2 or 3 years where she'd occasionally reach out and be like, "So how are you?"
Yeah.
And I was dating Kristen at the time, and it was one of those things where like, I just want to let you know there's this crazy old girlfriend and blah blah blah. And anytime there's like
Kristen
ex-girlfriend,
gets like a box cutter. She's like,
it kind of was
Tell
that
me
it
where.
was that way. Like even now, if she hears her name, she's like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
You know, like even if it's not her.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she just
Right.
hears like, "There's no way ever
Uh-huh.
that if you know."
Yeah.
Ugh, it's funny, but yeah, that was tough.
Not
Yeah,
nearly
no,
as
do that.
dramatic of a story, but just like a little snippet of. I met in the past one of my girlfriend's mothers, and the mother was like, "So, what are your plans for the future? Like, not about us, the two of us as a couple, but just like my personal career, future, and stuff." And it's like, "Oh, I'm pursuing to be a film director. You know, I'm not gonna lie about that shit." And the mother's like, "Okay," she's playing nice,
Uh-huh.
and then she like steps away, and my girlfriend at the time was like, "You probably shouldn't have told her that." I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Well, you know, she doesn't really look well upon like, you know, creative kind of pursuits like that." And it was like, "Look, I'm never gonna lie about
Yeah.
what I want to do, who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't care if she's disappointed."
You're like, your bitch mother. Fuck right off.
Yeah.
No, that's
Your
good.
bitch
I think that's
mother.
great.
No, yeah, like,
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a
Don't
big
succumb.
I'm a
Don't-
big advocate of transparency, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone asks you like what your goals are, you should be like why lie?
Yeah, like to impress this woman who I don't care about. Like, look, lady, I care about you, not your mother's opinions.
Well, so let's say the relationship progresses, right?
Yeah.
And you and her daughter get serious, right? And you said, instead of saying you were gonna pursue film, you said, well, I really want to open a snow cone stand or whatever. And 3 years later, she's like, so John, how's that snow cone stand going?
That might have been an easier, more achievable dream.
But whatever
But
it
it's
may
not true
be.
to who I am.
Yeah, exactly. So then she follows up, and then all of a sudden you're a liar 3 years later because you didn't tell the truth, and your entire relationship with her is based on falsities and lies.
That was a lot of that relationship. She kept lying to her parents about a lot of stuff. But that was just a snippet. Like I'm not gonna lie about my dreams.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
I'm never gonna make myself feel ashamed of them,
Shouldn't.
no matter what other people think.
Parker, what are your dreams?
Let's
Dude,
hear, and we'll hear it
I
right
don't
after this.
okay.
Fucking. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You have time to think about it.
Yeah,
That's okay. Like I've spent weeks looking for this shit. I don't know.
You don't know.
Weeks looking for my
Like,
I spent whole weeks looking for my dream.
yeah, dude. Like I don't know. But go ahead, dude.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
this.
All right, this episode of the Prairie Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Bespoke Post. So here's the thing about Bespoke Post. Bespoke is really, really fun. So Bespoke is a subscription club that offers monthly themed boxes curated from unique and upcoming brands around the world. A lot of it's focused on dudes, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. So we've talked about them before, but since then they've actually sent us some sample boxes, and they were really, really good. There's a wide variety of box themes: styles, grooming, cooking, traveling, drinking. They cover like all the bases. There's no commitment.
These are John boxes to me.
Dude, these are like, I didn't know this. These are Craig boxes.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
legitimately. Like I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, this is pretty good stuff. There's no commitments, so they tell you what box you've been assigned on the first of each month, and you have 5 days to keep it, switch it, or skip it. Right? It's pretty good. You visit bespokepost.com, answer a few short questions. That'll have engage your interest and get a feel of some of the boxes that'll vibe with your style. And each subscription box goes for about $45 with about $70 worth of goodies inside, right? So it's pretty great value. Let me kind of show you a couple of them real quick. So, oh man, one of them dropped. So like this came in, and this is all
want me to
about
get on
style.
camera?
What's that?
You want to get on camera right there?
No, that's okay. I mean, so you get this, you get this really nice pouch that has all sorts of wonderful styling gels.
Like I'm gonna take this home. Like
You may.
Yeah, get fucked. You
But,
already,
like-
you already took the alcohol home.
Yeah, that's true. I did. I'll get to that in a minute. But like here, there's all sorts of like facial creams and stuff. And just to kind of put this in perspective.
Now you said box. This is a high quality bag, correct?
Yeah. Well, it comes in a box.
You
but,
lying to me.
Yeah, but there's all sorts of good stuff that comes in it. So there's all sorts like this is really good hair stuff, toothpaste, like really high quality products. And like you go to the salon and get this. This is gonna run you $25.
Yeah, I know, because I use that. I use
yeah.
that same brand.
Yeah. So like. And that came in there. It's a great deal. And then we also have this other one here, which look at this bag.
Look at this bag.
It's like deep.
Smells
It's
good.
wonderful. It comes with all sorts of good stuff. This is called the Weekender, and it gives you a rundown of everything behind it. So it's one of those things where like it's so nice to have, and you want to look like a cool hard ass. Like you go Bespoke Post.
You wanna look like far. You wanna look way more
Sophisticated, nice, yeah.
mysterious.
Like I want to talk about like
You want to look bespoked.
Like you can have a duffel bag, or you can be a gentleman. You know, like-
So, well, I'll tell you what's not gentlemanly is me taking home the alcohol one because they sent one that had an aging. I've never aged alcohol before.
Right.
And you look at you. I
And
don't
you're also
know.
not like 300, so it doesn't.
Well,
so they gave you the alcohol and then a special bottle for
I
aging it.
had the alcohol. It comes with a couple bottle, some wooden thing. I don't even know what they're called.
They're like
And-
burnt cinder sticks.
Yeah,
Okay.
that you put in the alcohol. You put the alcohol in the thing, then you put the cinder in there, and it also had these amazing glasses. I never see they're
like rocks
like
glasses,
Scotch
basically.
glasses. Or?
Well, you put them here, and they're not like.
In your hand, right there.
Well, so this is the cup, right? If you
Yeah.
put it down,
Goblet.
Yeah.
it's gonna fall on the side, and it has
I've seen those.
They're really cool, so they can
Yeah.
actually rotate.
It's a
They're
classier,
really neat.
taping the thing to your hands.
Yeah.
Like you know what I love about our ad reads is that we'd be talking about this anyways because it's so great. But yeah, like it's so cool. And I started aging this rum, and after 2 days, it started getting this hickory look to it. You're supposed to age it for like 10 days, but I tried it after
bad.
2, and the flavor of it is like totally different. Like it's insane how much.
Picked up notes from that charred wood.
Yeah,
put
it
inside of
really
it.
does. And like I'm not sophisticated enough to even understand what I'm tasting. It's so good. But it was great. Anyways, if you want to try this out, you can receive 20% off your first subscription box. Go to bespokepost.com and enter the promo code TRYHARD at checkout. That's 20% off your first box. BESPOKE post.com. Promo code TRYHARD. Bespoke Post themed boxes for guys that give a damn.
That's what it says?
Yeah, that's
Let's
what it
go.
said. I love it. Love it. Good stuff. All right, cool. Yes, so
Back in my dreams.
Yes, your life and
Shit,
dreams.
dude.
What are Parker's?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay, like
You want to do like robots for a while? You want to?
I want to do robots for life, but like
Robots
I don't
for
know.
life,
I
bro.
don't. I don't know like how to get started in that. I would like. I'm
Is
thinking
that what
like.
college is for?
You just
Yeah,
start building robots,
obviously.
don't you?
I mean, I've built like a couple,
Yeah,
but
just,
they're
you know,
like
look at
shit.
Dr.
Like I want to
Eggman.
do like dream nerd job would be to go and build like robot AI for like military and medical usage.
Well, what
about
are you
the
doing now to
Boston-
do? What are you doing now to get there?
I'm doing computer information systems, but
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like logical processing and stuff like that.
Logical.
Have you thought about like applying to the Boston Robotics?
You mean MIT, or like?
The company that makes the scary dog robots.
Yeah, the ones
Oh,
that
those.
the ones that are doing backflips and
see,
shit.
and
Boston
that's-
Robotics, I
That's
think,
the thing.
something like
I don't
that.
know if like my dreams are like 100 years off, from being realistic.
Because
Because
you
like
can be one of the pioneers.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't think I have the mental capacity
Make sure
to
you
be
read Isaac Asimov.
like
before
a
you-
Tony Stark, but like that'd be really cool. So I don't know. I mean that's the dream nerd job. If that doesn't end up working out, yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring stuff out. I got a couple more years before I
fine.
need to.
It's funny,
start,
like
going into that.
for me, it's like the exact opposite. Obviously, I know I've talked about it before, but like I've known since I was essentially a baby what I've wanted to do, and since then it's just been figuring out. The same year, it's I'm just one step ahead of you because like, how do I make it happen?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm trying, obviously, and I have an idea, but still, it's just like, what's the secret? There's no one secret formula.
Right.
For
I don't know what I want to do.
So we're gonna be in some of my movies this week.
All I want to do all I want to do is be financially independent and happy. And not
That's
I want
a
to
fine dream.
I want to make my own living and then enjoy the fruits of how hard I work.
You know who? Sorry if I'm going to transition this away.
What's that?
Go for it.
But
Enough about your dreams, Parker.
Yeah,
no,
they're
this
not much.
is you don't want to talk about like.
Why are you mumbling?
Well, I want to get to this point. The idea of people making their lives financially independent. Well, Disney does that every day because they're buying fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Disney's become the Death Star of entertainment.
Yeah.
They're just going around sapping other channels and taking.
I saw a funny little picture of someone had put Mickey Mouse's head on Thanos with the Infinity Glove.
Yeah.
nice.
Put all the
Yeah.
the stones. As,
Yeah,
the
Deadpool had
companies.
like footage of him getting like escorted out of Disney, and Disney was like, "Don't worry, Deadpool will stay rated R."
See, I mean, Disney's usually pretty good about that. I mean, they own like Alien
They
now.
own Miramax. I
and
mean,
it's
Quentin
fine.
Tarantino always goes through Miramax.
Yeah.
Right. I'll say they usually
should be
leave
fine.
a
Yeah.
lot of their stuff, untouched. Like if they made Punisher, then I think
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be okay on the
Yeah, they
violence
just want the
and-
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I think when you look at Disney and like the core of Disney's business, what it was pretty much up until the 80s,
like cartoons.
it was cartoons and amusement parks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And licensing and things like that, right? Licensing that'll work in merchandise and things like that. Right?
VHS.
But you look at all that and you go, wow, look at all they've bought in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And it really
In the last
starts
10 years.
Well, it started with ABC. I
Yeah.
feel like that was
Yeah,
like
I mean,
the first
yeah,
one.
agreed.
There was ABC, then it was ESPN, and then it just like train rolled.
Racking stuff up.
Yeah.
And now like when you think of Disney, like I love Disney. I love everything about Disney.
I know you do.
It's
Everything,
it's
Craig.
really sickening how much
Everything.
I love Disney. It's like disgusting.
The only time it wasn't sickening when we were actually at the park, and
Yes.
you had all this really cool information and
Well, that's enough
insight.
with the blinders on you.
What's that?
Absolutely.
Welcome to the magic.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is I think when most people who grew up with Disney think of Disney in a super positive way, right? They're like, "Oh, I love Disney. I love going to Disney World."
Because they're your childhood.
and they don't think of it as this giant like evil
Blood-sucking
corporation,
empire.
you know. But like just because they've acquired all these people, all these companies, doesn't mean they're an evil company.
No, but
I
as
mean,
far as economics go, monopolies are generally considered a bad thing.
sure, but
Well, yeah.
their job is to get as much market share as possible for their investors and for their stockholders.
Of
Oh, I know.
course,
Yeah,
and I
they're-
mean, like,
yeah.
clearly they have not swayed from focusing on quality. You know, like
Yeah,
it's
course
not
not.
like it's not like they haven't started pumping out shit and stuff. Like everything they make is like
Yeah,
top of the line.
The fear, though, is just the part of the fear of a monopoly and the fear of power corrupts.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, like
potential of that.
there's tons of works of fiction where you have franchise war. Like
Of course.
little war with like agents and soldiers fighting for corporations instead of nations, which is even scarier. But like, yeah, I mean, like I have like live the idea of a future in which people worship a corporation and like Disney controls all automobiles, all electricity. Like that is something that's not hard for me to imagine
Well, I like
at all.
that Disney itself has made a fictional company within their movies to represent that. The by and large, they show in Toy Story, they show in Cars, and then in WALL-E, which is the future.
Yeah.
they do everything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating to me because I think it's like there were some crazy things that went down this week. Obviously the Disney Fox and the net neutrality stuff, which I'd love to get into net
And
neutrality.
the space cigar. Did you hear about that?
What?
The space cigar.
What's that mean?
The ship.
Oh, there's an
The
asteroid.
ship. Yeah, there's an asteroid in our solar system that's from another galaxy that, according to science nerds and people at NASA,
Might be the first alien.
might be first contact.
Alien spaceship.
Because it's like the prime shape of what an alien or of what a spacecraft should be. I don't know.
We'll find out.
It would be really cool. I don't like, at least for me. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but it would be really awesome to be alive when first contact.
Yeah, it would be. Who knows?
But
Why is it so weird to people that aliens could exist but not ghosts? Why is that so weird?
because our universe is to us infinite, so it doesn't seem reasonable to have.
I can
all
tell you.
this
I can
space.
tell you right now. It violates pretty much every religious belief system in human existence.
Of course, yes,
Like that's why.
because
like,
it
period.
because it would shatter everything.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Um,
like it's okay to believe in ghosts because like in some religions, like Jesus was a ghost.
So real quick, you're telling me that they're thinking that this may be the first. This was taken with the telescopes.
Yeah. I don't think this is the Google AI find. The Google AI found
Another solar system.
found another
similar
solar
to ours,
system.
but the Earth is still too close and way too hot.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
But
gotcha.
yeah, we found like 8 more exoplanets.
It's too
or
close
something.
to its star, so it's just
It's
the
burning
temperature-
alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So if you had the opportunity to go out and I think I heard something like Mars, right? The idea is that the race now is to get to Mars.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of the between SpaceX and the other
All the other
billionaire
companies,
fighting.
yeah.
Yeah, fight. Like it's like we need to get to Mars and populate it, right? Or at least
Right.
colonize it, right? If you had an opportunity to be one of the, let's just say, first 1,000 people
Oh,
on
you'd
Mars,
die there.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you go, you're never
Right.
coming back,
Yeah.
right? Would you guys ever even consider that?
I'd consider it.
I think it's similar to. Have you seen the trailer for that movie Downsizing yet?
Yes.
that
With
was
Matt
funny.
Damon, where
Yes.
you can like, it's not similar to that at all. But like, I think that's like like that character's motives. Matt Damon in that movie seems to be like, my life is complete and utter shit,
Yeah.
and like I need a change. Like, yeah, I'd consider it. It depends on what my life situation is. Like if Chelsea died and Game Attack like ate the shitter, and I was like, you know what?
Let's go to Mars.
Let's go to Mars. Just get the
I'd go-
fuck
yeah,
out
I'd
of
go.
here. Like, you
I
know,
would want to wait, and I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime, but I'd want to wait for it to be terraformed before I move there, because I don't want to just live inside a dome all my life.
yeah, word.
Whereas if you terraform it, you plant Earth's, do you know what that is?
No.
Where you plant like Earth's trees and plants, and then they start
Producing
slowly over
oxygen.
time. They produce oxygen and terraform the atmosphere to where it's breathable, and it just becomes a second Earth.
Yeah,
Obviously that takes like hundreds of years to
Yeah.
fully do. But yeah,
Then Stephen
like,
Hawking thinks that's like the only way humankind will not be extinct. Like,
what if we move to Mars?
yeah, because the Earth will not be sustainable. Yeah. Oh man, I saw a video of these polar bears dying in Antarctica. It was so fucking sad because all the ice was gone. Yeah, polar bears dying. It was too hot.
That is sad.
I know. Yeah, I
didn't mean to bring us down. Right you would not move to Mars?
Does space scare you?
You would not move to Mars?
No, I think you're looking at people who would do that. They would be a wide variety of people who had no family left, or had no family yet.
I would say either way, wealthy young couples and wealthy elderly couples.
Also, I don't think I would provide anything of use, at least at this point in my life, to colonization on Mars.
What about your robots?
Well, that's the thing. At this point in my life,
go make some robots.
Of course,
it's not that easy.
Of course, I feel like only young single couples would get to go. You know what I mean?
No, they would want a diverse group.
You think so?
Why would they want old people?
Because they'd want an opportunity to.
I like how we're all experts in this. Like,
I feel like they'd want an opportunity to have. If you're gonna lay down laws and colonize something, you don't want it to be too skewed towards one group. Right?
Yeah, you want to emulate an actual culture, like
exactly.
As far as like create something entirely new.
And I think that's why you'd want a diverse group of all
instead of like a concentrated range. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How long does it take? Have you ever seen Rocket Man, the Disney movie about the guy that goes to Mars?
No.
And like it's like a 6-month like cryostasis you have to be in, but then like
takes 300 days.
That's not bad.
Yeah, there's a Disney movie called Rocket Man. It's on Amazon. It's one of my favorite movies, but like it's a comedy. It's like wacky and stuff where this computer nerd has to go on a space mission because one of them gets injured, and like the other 2 crew members go to cryosleep to sleep like 6 months, but the monkey on the mission gets into his chamber. And so he's stuck awake for like 6 months, and he has to like entertain himself and shit. It's really stupid. It's funny though.
Yeah, it said the planets are 33.9 million miles away. Yeah. So
it's a hop, skip, and a light sleep.
Cryo sleep.
Yeah.
Does that exist?
What?
Cryo sleep?
Yeah.
The ability to like put people to sleep for 6 months at a time?
It's not perfect, but you can definitely
induce a coma, but that's not really good for you.
Yeah.
Well, because you always hear about like the baseball player like Ted Williams being frozen.
Well, Disney's head is supposedly frozen.
Yeah, but that's more like in such a way that like it would take future technology to revive the dead corpse in the crystal image.
What if, like, how weird would that be? Is if one day Walt comes back as a cyborg?
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, big announcement, Walt is back. He is running Disney again.
Oh God, no, I don't think they would ever let him touch Disney after what they've done to it. Yeah.
Walt would just be like, what the hell's a Netflix?
What is that? Oh, no,
he's Regis.
What happened to my cartoon?
Yeah. It was just supposed to be a park. I just wanted to make park cartoons. What is this shit?
He would just be so upset that there's all these different minorities at his parks.
He's just
he's so racist.
God.
By the way, that deal was $52.4 billion.
Really?
Can I just have like one of those billions?
Yeah, just a
I don't even want a billion. I'll take a 100th of the billion.
Speaking of free.
Is this like a transition? Is that what's going on there?
I think we're
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
This episode is also brought to you by our friends at Bombas. We talked about Bombas, bomb-ass socks, for quite a long time. So here's the thing: you put a lot of thought in your gifts in the holidays, and you know what? Sometimes the one of the best thoughts you can have, and I'm not kidding, is about people's feet. Right?
Yes.
Because you're on them all day. You're walking around. You're like,
dogs
man,
are killing me.
What?
the dogs.
The dogs are
yeah,
killing
yeah.
me. I'm
Simply put,
punching up what you're saying.
I like it. Bombas are the most comfortable socks in the history of feet. You're always on your feet. You're sitting down. You're walking. You're running. Whatever it is, Bombas is the way to go. Made from premium cotton, Bombas stays warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And every pair comes with a built-in blister tab, innovative arch support, stay-up technology, and
say it.
a seamless toe. What's up? There it is.
Seamless toe.
That's right. They are the gift that keeps on giving. It's amazing.
Put the socks in the stockings, and you're gonna rock
the socks off
Good
the socks
one.
off.
You're gonna rock the socks off of your family with Bombast socks.
All right. Every single pair of Bombas you buy, they donate a pair to someone in need. So not only are you helping yourself, you're helping other people, which is great. Buy the perfect gift for everyone on your holiday list by going to bombas.com/tryhard today and get 20% off your first purchase. That is bombas.com/tryhard for 20% off. Bombas.com/tryhard. We've had a lot of G1 send us pictures of their socks. They love them. So please continue to support. They support us, so please support them.
I used to think that when you got sick, it was just your feet got cold.
Why?
It's like I used to.
Like an old wife still.
Well, when I was like 4, I was like,
Feet never.
my grandpa Lloyd Bolin was dying.
Lloyd. Yeah.
Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's like, your grandpa's sick. I was like, why don't you just put the covers over his feet?
It'll be fine.
I thought it was.
simple.
Heat up his feet.
I thought it was as simple as
Watch
that.
that be
Just,
some like medical miracle that we just missed all these years.
yeah, I thought.
He's got cancer. Put socks on.
I really just used to think the word sick meant you need to warm his feet up because his feet are
weird.
fucking cold.
I never had cold feet, and not in like the metaphorical
He
sense.
was
I
so
mean in the
confident
physical sense.
and
Yeah, he's so
everything just
confident in
went
everything he
head
does.
Can I make
I've never had like cold feet. That's just the thing. I've never noticed
He
my feet
commits.
being cold.
He
My
always
feet are
fulfills.
sweating right now, just sitting
I
here.
can smell him. What's
Can,
up,
can
Chris?
I make an awesome transition about cold feet?
Yeah.
You know who I wish had cold feet?
What?
The fuckers who voted with
Oh,
net
yeah.
neutrality.
Yeah.
FCC.
Oh, that'd have been
Yeah.
good.
Those assholes.
Someone
called a bomb threat into their meeting.
Really? When?
Yeah. It was like in the middle or like right before it started. They had to clear the room before they could actually vote, and then they come back in. It was a false one. They were just trying to.
I had a theory about what happens if that goes through, because like it still has to go to like the House and Senate, right?
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Like, how long do you think it'll be before like websites start transitioning over to like dark web, or like basically unrestrained parts of the internet that they don't have control over?
What does that mean? What do they not have control over? How does that work?
I mean, do they have control of like the? They don't have control.
Remember hearing
of
about
the
like
deep
the
web.
Silk Road?
Yeah, like where you can buy
where
like slaves and LSD
Bitcoin made an initial surge being
Because
used
of
to
the deep
like
web.
sell. Okay, so think of the internet as you know it as like
10%.
the mall. Okay.
Sorry.
But say the mall is in like just Denton County. Just let's just
Yeah.
pretend that Denton is the internet.
Okay.
And this mall is the internet that we know that we surface. You can go to other parts of the internet outside the mall in back alleys or at people's houses and stuff.
Yeah.
I need a special program to access.
Okay.
Like
And Bitcoin was a part of this thing.
right, that was
there's
the
a thing called
currency.
the
of
Silk Road, and because Bitcoin is hack proof, and essentially if you use it properly, you can make it traceless.
Yeah.
It became very popular very quickly for drug trade and stuff like that on the Silk Road.
You can pretty much
Silk Road.
buy anything.
Yeah, so this is from Wikipedia. The dark web is the World Wide Web content that exists on dark nets, overlay networks, which use the internet but require specific software configurations and authorization access.
Yeah.
The dark web forms a small part of the deep web, the part of the web which is not indexed by search engines.
Yeah.
So think of the dark web as the back alleyways, and the deep web is just everything outside that mall.
Okay.
metaphor.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if the FCC or if net neutrality fails, I don't know. I think website, or at least some websites that aren't succumb to corporate greed will transition over and be like, hey, we're still free. We're just here now.
Apparently, a lot of like alt-right people try to create their own internet on the deep web, like their own version of Facebook and like like Match.com, and like a whole bunch of like their own version of Twitter.
Yeah.
Just so they could basically talk as much as they want without being criticized by
Yeah.
anyone who's not fully alt-right.
Yeah.
So the thing that is scary about, like, I saw a guy tweet about the joke with net neutrality of like, oh well, I'm gonna have to pay $14.99 a month for Twitter,
Right.
Yeah.
and like that's like the common like
That's just
explain to your mom thing,
yeah,
right?
That scratches the surface.
But the reality of the thing that scares me the most about it is the idea that people are like, oh, Twitter and Facebook, blah blah blah, and ESPN and IGN and blah blah blah, like those are gonna exist. Those top websites for each of these groups, they're going to exist, and they're going to be in the base package for whatever ISP they provide, right? The thing that scares me is the idea that these small websites, they're not going to exist. The idea of growing is going to be obsolete. The idea of creative freedom to build something with and the opportunity for it to be seen is going to be so hard to get anything done. I mean that scares the shit out of me. And the even scarier part to me is like when you look at those top sites. I used IGN as an example, right? Let's just say AT&T.
All hypothetical right here, guys.
Let's just say AT&T was like, look, we're putting together our premium package, right? Which is our default package, right? Our tier 1 package, which will get you the biggest sites online, right? And they go, hey, IGN, would you like to be a part of this? Yeah, absolutely we would. Okay, well, we're talking to GameSpot as well. And then GameSpot goes, well, we want to be a part of it. And then AT&T goes, okay, that'll be 10 million. Yeah. And then IGN goes, oh shit, well, we want to be a part of it. Okay, well, that'll be 15 million for you to be a part of it. So then it gets in a bidding war for these sites to be a part of it, because if you don't be a part of it, you're lost.
Yeah, people
can't
go to your website.
That's just for one service provider.
Exactly. Like, think about ESPN, Fox Sports, CNN, Fox News, anything like that, and the ability to push whatever agenda that they want to push. That's the scariest thing about all this stuff. Yeah. So
there's control of information.
Yeah, and
the thing is, America's voting on this, but everyone uses
they're
the
not.
internet.
America's not voting on it.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's 5 people voting on it.
Yeah, America's government board is voting on this, where it affects everyone worldwide.
Yeah, a government board that's like literally in the pocketbooks of ISP providers.
Yeah. That's just so fascinating to me that 5 people voted on this.
Yeah, I know.
What was it, 3,
I'm
4,
like
2,
yeah, 3, 4.
Not even from a creation standpoint, but like think about lobbyists for just to throw it out there. What if the cure for cancer is found? Yeah, and it's something.
That's been found.
Okay, I know. Okay, so just hypothetical.
Yeah.
Let's say they find the cure for cancer, right? It's something simple.
Putting socks on your feet.
Everyone,
putting socks on.
The cure for cancer is putting socks on your feet. Okay, but sock providers are in the pocket of Verizon's. Are affiliated with only Verizon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Verizon doesn't. I'm trying to figure out a way to construct this. Help me out here, okay?
The idea that only Verizon has that information.
Only Verizon has the information. Okay.
And only people who subscribe to Verizon will get that information.
Yes. And so, like, if you don't pay, and then Verizon's like, hey, you want information on how to cure cancer? $500,000 a month for Verizon service.
Yeah. I mean, the theory is that, like, we know the cure for cancer, but we make so many millions from either donations or just what people have to pay to get that treatment.
And you could get into elections too. It's like, like if I'm running for Senate, I've got Verizon lobbying for me, you're not
plaster you all over.
Well, that's why I love the Robin Williams stand-up, where all congressmen have to wear like jackets with the patches of their sponsors on them. So it's just completely transparent.
When I learned the other day about how the FCC voted against net neutrality, like that, ruined my day for like 2 or 3 hours, because there's a lot of bad news coming out this year.
Yeah.
Without getting into politics and stuff, there's a lot of messed up stuff, but that probably hit me hardest because bad stuff comes out, but at least we can fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We can debate, we can share information, we can share ideas, whether it's political or not, freely on the internet.
Yeah.
But
not anymore.
If this happens, if for some reason the House and the Senate are like, you know what, they're right, fuck net neutrality.
Yeah.
Then good luck sharing any kind of ideas.
Yeah.
To America, it's like, what the fuck, it is limiting our voices and limiting the access to actual knowledge and the dissemination of knowledge. It is bludgeoning us and stunting our growth as a country.
Yep.
So whatever your affiliation with whatever is.
Yeah. And that's pretty unanimous. That's not there's not sides to this. I saw a tweet the other day that
there's 2 sides. There's the corporate side.
Well, yeah. But there's
the
the money side, and then there's the American people side,
right?
Generally,
right.
But I saw a tweet that this guy was complaining to what's his name? Ajit
Pai.
motherfucker. But like he was like, hey, my mom commented 3 times that she's for net neutrality. She's been dead for 5 years. Can you explain this for me?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh God, that is just absolutely soul crushing in every possible way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But on the bright side, states are suing. Like it's
You know
still,
who's
it's still
not?
A good amount of companies.
You know who's
are-
not?
not Texas.
Not Texas.
You know why? Money, motherfucker. Hey, but yeah, I mean, it's still not passed. Like,
There's
states
still
are
hope.
suing. Like, they're being investigated for corruption. So, like, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, they're just getting paid. So
You look at it and you go, man, like how, like, the stuff that's happening is so movie stuff. You know, like you talk about like the art, like
We're
how
getting
art
there, yeah.
imitates life.
Yeah.
And you go, God, like how does this happen? How did people get so corrupt? And like the idea, I mean, it's very simple. They want more money.
Yeah.
They want to support their family, and they want their kids to go to a better school, and blah blah blah, and they want to live in
They
they
want
want a
power.
Lamborghini and blah blah blah, right? Like that's the it's the old saying, money is the root of all evil, right? And it's amazing how accurate that is. And like everybody, you look at this, you go, everybody knows what's happening. Like everybody, it's like going to a wrestling show. Everybody knows it's fake,
yeah.
but they're still oohing and on and taking it in. It's just a big fucking show right now.
Yeah.
Like the idea of, well, he's being paid. Okay, who's he being paid from? Well, he's probably getting paid by this person.
Not even that. It's like, here's the documentation and the interview footage where he's being paid by this person, this person. Like, here is the check screen
got.
printed for you right here.
And if net neutrality does die, it's gonna be a lot harder to research that.
Yeah.
So,
You know when we're
like-
not going to see the check? Whenever it's like, you don't have access to that shit.
Yeah.
So,
Or we're just not gonna put it on there
yeah.
because the small guy can't anymore.
Yeah.
But we can decide if we want to or not.
So what do you think? It'll be like 10 years before we're voting for the next president of Disney's Galactic Empire? Or,
It's like,
like
I don't know. And besides, like, a lot of these policies, they can be retroactive, like they may not be implemented until the next person in office comes along, and then
repeals.
it's repealed again.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if like for somehow net neutrality does die, even after everyone's saying no, we're gonna fight it.
yeah,
If that would be the tipping point in some kind of crazy revolution.
yeah, like that would be the thing. Don't take
Yeah.
like the internet
I
is
mean,
what
that's
pushes
this
it over.
era's
I wouldn't be terribly
equivalent
surprised.
of, like injustice, like
Yeah.
because this is the era. I think we're still in the era of information where we don't know everything, but we have access to
Yeah.
everything we've ever known.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you take that away, I don't fucking know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of scary to think about.
It is like one of the easiest ways to control us as a people.
how's that like? How's that work with education? It's
It
like
ruins
it's,
it.
yeah, it's I don't know, like I don't care. I'm gonna say this, but like let's say
Don't say something you're gonna.
I'm not. But let's say, like it'd be super easy to influence belief systems on entire school districts, on entire states.
Of
Yeah.
course.
You know what I mean? It'd be
course.
super easy.
Put on a little show. You put some, ideas like, oh no, we think this, but it's always in such a way that makes whatever belief they want
Yeah.
to be pursued.
It's like based on your internet provider, you're influencing generations of children
yeah, and
in
based
gaps, in like 18-year gaps.
On, yeah, based on who owns those internet providers.
Yeah, based on the people that own the internet providers. It's just crazy.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Could always live off the internet,
You
like
could.
outside,
You
which
could.
is unheard of these days.
Tell you what,
but
I know
you
that sounds
could-
like a good stopping point for the show, but it's not because I have something to continue on for this.
Okay.
But before we do that, I want to let you know this episode is also brought to you by our friends at Capterra. Look, it's that time of year where the days are getting shorter, so don't waste your precious daylight time sitting through seas of research results when looking for the right business software. Get home on time tonight with Capterra.com.
We use Capterra. We found our T-sheets, our clock-in software that you
Yes,
use.
I use it
How
every
easy
day.
it is to clock in.
Oh, I come in, boop, clocked in.
Thanks, Capterra, for
Yep.
helping us find that.
Yep. Whether you're a startup looking to keep better track of customers, a nonprofit hoping to have better record fundraising year, or a business that simply just needs to have a better payroll software, you can use it. Go to Capterra.com and search 400 categories of software. 400, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, I like to throw this out there. Like, if you're a streamer and you want to start tracking like what you're a small business owner. If you're a streamer, you want to start tracking your sheets. You want to see, track your miles in your car if you're driving places. You want to
Track your donations.
Yeah, track your donations, your purchases. Like, just go to Capterra and look for software to do this.
Yep. Capterra has thousands of ratings and reviews from actual software users just like you. And best of all, using Capterra is absolutely free.
Yep.
2018 will be here before you know it. So make sure you got the software your business needs today to help you do what you do better. Join the millions who use Capterra. That's Capterra, CAPTERRA.com/tryhard, CAPTERRA.com/tryhard, Capterra.com/tryhard. Once again, they support us, so please support them.
CAPTERRA. Grow your business today.
Well, you should just write jingles.
I should. I should.
We have a new arm of our business, which is good.
Yeah, jingle.
So I talked about this several months ago, but I'm going to bring this back, and this does not relate to you, Parker, because you sir are not old enough to enjoy this legally.
Not yet. I have 3 days.
Really?
3 days and you
Parker's
turn
gonna
21?
get fucking wasted.
I'm kind of over it now. That's the thing.
It's good.
I went through it a little.
What are you
too
doing
fast.
for your 21st birthday? I'm not even going to talk about this anymore.
No, you can't.
No.
I'm just hanging out with my family.
He's gonna get a big old bag of alcohol. Just have it directly.
A big old bag of alcohol.
And it's directly injected
A
into his
bag of
veins.
alcohol?
What the hell
Like
is that?
saline solution? Like,
Yeah.
Straight raw.
Straight into the bloodstream.
Oh, that's funny. But one thing I've there's a lot. Look, we got a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world. It sucks. There's just things that just
Are you an alcoholic?
no. But,
about to be.
but I have been enjoying the nightcap lately.
Now that he's known about this aging process, he's all about it.
No, but I've been. I tell you what, when we've been streaming, I'll have a drink and like it's nice. It really like calms me down. I've never been a big drinker. Like most of the time when people see me drinking, I'm doing it on camera, right?
Yeah.
Like, but it like man, like I had 2 or 3 times, maybe 2 times this week, where I was drinking by myself, just staring at the corner.
Yeah, just like alone in a bar.
No, I mean it's like I'm sitting there with 500 of my closest buddies playing a video game. That's the way I look at it, and I get to have a drink while doing it. It's like it's really nice to kind of just calm down and just kind of relax. And it's I don't know, like booze to me is something that I've never looked at as like a positive thing. You know, it's just like this thing that I'll occasionally partake in for videos or whatever. And like when you're a kid, you'll occasionally go crazy with it or whatever. But
You saw it as the thing that was meant to be foolish before.
yeah, and it still is most of the time. I mean, alcohol is poison.
Yeah.
You know, like, it does hurt your body. But
In some regards.
but at the same, but like people talk about red wine and all that
There's
stuff,
certain dietary
I
plans. that
like.
include
I
it.
just bought a Keurig. I would not have survived the past 6 months without coffee. Like that's my thing. Like I have to get jazzed up instead of
Mellow
jazzed
down.
down.
Dude,
I can jazz you down.
I can jazz you down.
I went out and got some green tea packets, and I probably a couple weeks ago I bought like 180 of them. Went to Sam's and got like
Jeez.
it was just
In
like
bulk.
it was the big bulk pack,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just. I
love
actually
green
think
tea.
there's like 300 of them. Actually, it's like
Yeah.
it's a ton. 300 is far less than a ton, but literally. But I came in I tried it for like 2 straight mornings coming in, and as someone who doesn't drink coffee, I don't really drink a whole lot of Cokes. I was like shaking.
That's funny.
From-
How many tea bags you put in it? 'Cause,
One.
like, really, that has like green tea has a low amount of caffeine.
Dude, I was coming in, I was buzzing. Like coming into work, I was just like, I don't like this at all.
You ever tried pre-workout, Craig?
No.
Oh my God.
You should do it
There's
for like
a
one stream.
there.
Yeah, you
It's,
should
yeah,
do-
I'll say
yeah.
it's not.
You
That
just-
starts.
Welcome to Death Day.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's not
Strangling
good
me.
for your body. But
It's not good for your
well,
body.
like
but-
some of them are better than others, but there's one that's Mr. Hyde that's just like 400 milligrams of caffeine. And the first time I tried that, like it feels like cocaine. Like you're just buzzing.
just-
and
How do you know
feel-
what cocaine?
it's fine.
Okay.
like it's
Parker, did
Parker's
you test
chasing
Parker?
something, maybe
no,
not
no, I have it. I just from what I hear about cocaine, it's the exact same feeling. Like you feel like you can just punch through a wall.
Yeah.
And like your whole body's vibrating, and you like, yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, how much is in it?
Like 400 milligrams.
Okay.
Of cocaine.
8 ounces of green tea contains about 35 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
So about 10 times
might
the
go into-
amount.
you might go into
Oh my
shock.
God.
Yeah,
Wait, what's it called?
Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde?
Yeah.
Mr. Hyde what?
Just Mr. Hyde.
Mr.
It's like
Hyde
Mr. Hyde
pre-workout.
pre-workout.
It's like the monster that comes out
Yeah.
of you. Get it?
Yeah, so like there's better
Yeah, I get it.
pre-workouts that have like creatine and they have muscle builders and like recovery supplements and stuff like that.
Might
But
be
that
like a
one,
sample
Mr. Hyde is
packet.
just pure caffeine. So like,
Ugh. Oh, God. This doesn't sound good at all. Oh, my God. Mr. Hyde has 419 milligrams
Yeah.
per serving.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Order a sample packet.
You
It-
would just.
it turns you into like a human hummingbird. Like you can't stop vibrating.
I
like,
can't
yeah.
even imagine.
That sounds like something I need daily.
Yeah.
By daily.
Your
I'm looking
heart
at this.
will
You'll build
explode.
up a tolerance to it over,
Oh, yeah.
over the
It's
use
probably
of like
dangerous.
a bottle or whatever.
I think
But,
there's caffeine content for workout products. I'm looking at this giant list right now.
yeah.
It is the most by 19 milligrams. There's
Yeah.
only a couple that are 400,
Mhm.
but I can't even.
Yeah, it's not good for you. Especially for your heart rate or for your blood pressure.
Yeah,
But,
one of my friends like had to slowly cut back on coffee.
Are you just amazed that it exists?
My heart would burst.
yeah.
Nah, you'll be okay.
No, it would burst.
No, it would be terrible. One of my friends had to growing up and like she started in like late middle school and like kept it on through high school. Like she would drink 6 cups of coffee in the morning,
It's not healthy.
and then like for a long time she would always
no.
have those red lines that were like basically like 5 monsters in one.
Uh-huh.
Only recently has she like in the past 2 years or so started cutting back on
Yeah.
the coffee, and like her heart has felt so much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I go into a caffeine diet was usually during SGC, where we would just have those. Especially
Oh
the
yeah,
one
you
year
have
where we-
72 hours
Yeah,
and
where I'm
like 4
sleeping
hours of sleep.
2 hours and there's just free Red
Yeah, I
Bull
stopped,
in
I
the
stopped
back.
drinking like caffeine drinks after my second road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
Oh no, I have no.
What if
no
I give you
interest.
half a serving?
No,
on camera, like not just like
Yeah, not
here,
for
Craig,
not for
get
shits
fucking
and giggles,
high
but
on
yeah,
caffeine.
no, nothing about this sounds appealing to me. Like, dude, I hate
we'll
it.
put you in front of a live bear and we'll say, Craig, you
Oh.
have 2 options.
You take
you
one of
can
these
fight this
pre-workouts?
without caffeine, or you can fight it feeling like a god.
It's like, you can die like a god.
take a pre workout and then play like a Outlast, whatever the scary game.
Yeah, we should
Oh,
hey, dude, let's do pre-workout and then go into death days next
No.
week. You'd be
It would
so
be
fucking
hilarious.
amped up.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
No, I don't want to make a bigger deal out of it.
You just
I don't
break
need
the
to- here's the thing:
controller,
I don't
like-
want to die before Christmas.
Okay,
I don't-
Okay, so
I don't-
after Christmas.
After
Yeah.
Christmas, we're good to go.
Like if it's like we do something on like New Year's, right? Like and like then my heart explodes. It's like, well, he really wasn't looking forward to 2018. You know, like I don't know, man. I just have no interest in it. And you, I feel like I slap you on the chest and you're like, my heart's going to explode. So why would you want to put something in your body?
Just caffeine.
How about this? How about you get your heart going really hard, then I'll slap your
wanna
chest
feel
and I'll
alive.
calm it down.
I want to feel alive.
I wanna
Dude,
feel
if you
alive.
slap his chest, yeah, I'll say if you slap his chest
life.
when he's buzzing, he'll like
My heart's
knock
beating
your
so
head
fast.
off.
Wanna go Toys R Us?
Like the first time I took that stuff was when I was like a sophomore in high school, and like I'd struggle doing like 5 pull-ups at a time, but one serving of that, and I was doing like 20 in a row, and just like keep going. But yeah, it's crazily effective. Just watch out.
I have no interest.
Watch out, man.
Just watch out.
Watch out, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
thanks for all the fun stuff, dude. That was a good show. That was interesting.
Yeah.
You guys have a great week. Don't forget, we have the 11 Days of Game Attack happening right now.
Yes.
We also have for you patrons. Number one, you can watch pretty much the entire 11 days right now. I think 10 of the 11
Yep.
days. And you also get Try Harder. So you get to stick around and go watch Try Harder on Patreon. So
Which is on Verve. I realized that the other day. If
Yeah.
you have Verve, you can watch Try Harder.
Verve.
really?
Verve's a
Verve.
thing. I don't
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
But yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate all the patrons, all the subscribers, and of course, all you viewers. You guys have a great day. Have a great week. And there's Bolin walking across. See you guys next week for another episode of Try Hard.
Where Craig tries Mr. Hyde.
That would be a good Try Hard.
We're all just buzzing. Hey, what's up?
I'm just going to do push-ups.
Welcome to Try Hard.